like 60 minutes. Everybody out on a Friday night, so I'll let some of y'all join up before I jump on. I ain't got my glasses on right now, but I had to jump on and talk about my man's man. There's a lot of drama going on around main man name, so I figured why not jump on and have some convo about it. Somebody asked me about it in the comments too. They're like, I think it was Sam G. What's up, Sam? He said I've been waiting for you to speak on it, so here I am. Ajay Abi Baku Jr. Sup, man? I'm sorry if I murdered your name because I'm no good at those types of things, man. My mom ain't either. Like she a teacher. She called me today. It was like, um, her students down in Texas and shit, they can't stand the fact that she can't say Ignacio and all his Spanish ass names and shit. She from the country, y'all. She don't know what the fuck she doing. Shout out, mom. Hey, mom. Steve White, hi y'all. Steve White, salute Koye, David J. What's up? First time catching your chat. Well, enjoy, man. Enjoy if you like this sort of thing. Might be a little noisy. I'm in here with my daughter. I'm on daddy duty for Friday because her mom went out, you know, trying to be a thotty body on a weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I'm only messing. She might be watching this job. Shout, hey, man, you ain't a thought. I'm sorry. Anyway, Akiville, he said, that's Travis Banks. He must be from Philly. Eastside Harold, what's up, bro? He said, McCoy said Purdy is the best Shady McCoy said Purdy is the best QB in the NFC. Bullshit. Pat 1994. I ain't seen you in a minute, Pat. What up, bro? What's up, man? Joseph Jefferson. He said, I need to hear something good, Okoye. I mean, ain't nothing bad going on, even though we just lost I think we lost Biadas too, man. It's looking shugly right now. Who else we got in here that I ain't seen? Justin D, what up? Haley 94, where I ain't seen you in a minute either, man. He said, glad to catch your perspective. No doubt. Antoine, Megatwine Myers. What's up, Brody? That's my man's right there. Jay Everett. What it do, man? Uh, tell me it's gonna be okay. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all can't believe y'all so fucking emotional about this shit right here, man. Best QB is that. It don't matter who the best QB is anyway. Who's our backup center? Who knows? It don't fucking matter. It don't matter, man. Next man up. That's the mentality you gotta have anyway, man. Is it gonna be as good? Probably not. Probably not. But we're gonna make it work. That's what coordinators are for. That's what planning is for. This ain't Madden. You can't turn injuries off. So it is what it is. But I think it's enough for y'all in here for me to actually have a discussion. So let's start off by saying prayers up. Definitely prayers up for the homie Trevon Diggs. I feel like at first I was like, okay, I looked at other people's stories. Hold on, let me tell my daughter to turn that down. Khaleesi, turn that down for me or close your door, please. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that. Yes, I did name her after Khaleesi from Game of Thrones because I'm a Game of Thrones head. So there you go. But anyway, there was a lot of drama surrounding the Diggs injury. But I was listening to everybody, and a couple people hit it right on the head. It's gonna be Bland pushed to the outside and J. Lou pushed back to the slot with a mix in with Mukwamu, which I'm happy with, right? And then we have the kid Noah, who's gonna play on the outside as a backup too. Scott, if he needs to get in, I like Scott's coverage. I just don't like him as far as coming up, stealing the edge, or hitting anything. But I doubt that we'll have to break that glass in case anytime soon. But there's other schemes, other packages that we can play that keeps less DBs on the field as well if we get thin there. So I wasn't afraid or worried about the injury, to be honest. I trust Bland. I trust J. Lou. I trust Gilmore. So at corner, are we as good at corner at this point? No. But in the beginning of the season, I said we're the deepest team at corner, and here's why. Like, obviously, all those guys weren't going to get tick on a regular basis, but in the off chance that someone unfortunately gets hurt, like Diggs just did, you have guys that can step in that you trust. So, from a schematic standpoint, from a game standpoint, I don't have a problem with it. My problem came in when it came to the media coverage on two ends of the spectrum. And it's like, I woke up in the twilight zone. Yesterday was cool. I was like, hey, man, Diggs got hurt, fucked up. But Hey, it is what it is. Today, I wake up and I see every channel, everybody talking about whether or not the Cowboys can win without Trevon Diggs. And then I seen people quoting his stats that we haven't even seen over the last 2 years, which was like the biggest slap in the face. And it shows you like this is not a culture. The culture that we have today is not a culture that is predicated on giving people their flowers while they are alive. Shout out to me, because I do it. Shout out to Drink Champs because they do their thing trying to do that. Shout out to Cam, Ron, and Mace over there because they do that too. You know what I mean? But and they call a spade a spade. And a lot of you cowboy YouTubers out there and other YouTubers as well, you know, and other rival teams as well. I don't have no hate for nobody. There's a lot of people that are on a new media wave that do give flowers where flowers is due. But the media school of old seems to be stuck on this idea that you ain't shit until somebody kills you. Like Biggie said, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Once you're injured, now all of a sudden it's, you know, all these stats like Trevon Diggs is the best corner in the league after 2 weeks of football. Can the Cowboys afford to lose such an impactful player? You mean the same player who gave up so many yards that you actually tallied it up for the first time in the history of statistical analysis? That same guy? Same guy who shut everybody the fuck down last year. Justin Jefferson got shut down, but they be like, Darius Slay is the best corner in the NFCs. I heard that a lot. I said, Darius Slay? Darius Slay who just got roasted by Justin Jefferson last week? I think Justin Jefferson ain't never did shit against us. I think so did the other kid, what's his name? Jamar Chase. He ain't do shit either, did he? You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. Diggs stepped up to the plate last year, got less interceptions because he was more focused on playing out of phase and actually watching his man for a change, right? He changes his game based on the narratives that the media puts out there. This year, you saw him being more physical because everybody roasted him for the Kittles missed tackle last year, right? So Diggs is a player that I like because of the tone that he sets, the type of intensity that he plays with, and the fact that you can tell, just like Dak on the opposite side of the ball, just like Micah Parsons on the same side of the ball, he is a guy that goes to school in the offseason and tries to get better, right? And does. So, as I said, he will be thoroughly missed because he's one of one, just like everybody else in this locker room, just like everybody else on earth. Nobody is better at you than you. And Diggs is a one of a kind player who plays corner like a wide receiver. They say he's like Richard Sherman, a young Richard Sherman. No, he ain't. Richard Sherman couldn't fuck with Diggs' ball skills. But I like Richard Sherman. I like Richard Sherman. Although he's a member of the media who is biased and he roots for the 49ers, so is Mike Irvin. And I don't mind when Mike Irvin roots for the Cowboys. So you got to take that where it comes, right? He talks his shit and he flies, you know, and Richard Sherman's always been a guy that like kind of rubs you the wrong way. So some people came at Richard Sherman for some of the stuff he says, right? But I don't have a problem with Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is controversial, but we all know where this is going. You got guys like Bart Scott who came on and started talking shit about the fact that the Cowboys always have something that happens, something gonna go wrong, right? And shout out to Stephen A. and definitely RC. RC been a solid dude no matter what network he go to. He might talk trash about the Cowboys or talk good about us, but it's always honest. It's always from where he truly stands. I'm a Cowboy fan. I might talk shit about the Cowboys. I might talk shit about a lot of the players on the team, but it's always honest. It's always film related or something substantial. Like I didn't like a lot of the things that Bossman did off the field, but it was because it spoke to a lack of focus. I didn't like some of the things that Jalen Carter from the Eagles did leading up to the draft, right? But it was because it spoke to a lack of focus, not a lack of talent. So I don't have a problem with people speaking the truth, but what Bart Scott did was nutty. I'm not gonna try to make it seem like he started the Holocaust or something, but it was still nutty. I'm glad everybody jumped on him about it. And the one thing that made me mad actually made me smile due to the fact that I was mad that he did it. But then when I saw the reaction of Malik Hooker, of Stephon Diggs, of Micah Parsons, myself, and a slew of content creators and Cowboy fans alike, we starting to move. Pause. Not like Not like them in the facts that, she's female. But we starting to move like the beehive, you know what I'm saying? Because when you start to kick this nest now, I start to see us finally have a singular voice as a fan base. We haven't had that. We're usually fractured. Do you like Dak? Do you not like him? Do you like Diggs? Do you not like him? Can this defense win? Can this offense do anything? Can now people just fucking mad, man. And I think that there's a silver lining. Silver lining. Like you say, go get one for the Gipper. There's a silver lining to the Diggs injury. And I think it was a rallying call that unified not only the fan base, but I think this locker room is fuming. You know what I mean? And we have that me against the world mentality. That is a integral ingredient to winning it all and winning emphatically. If you didn't have that already, which I think we already were poised, I think we had a lot of the mindsets needed in the locker room to win. But now you have incentive. You have more incentive if you needed any. You know what I mean? So if there's a silver lining to Diggs' injury, it was a big thank you, and everybody should go thank him. Whenever you get off here, I know it's only 100 of y'all on here, but spread the word. Give a big thank you to Bart Scott for talking shit and putting his foot in his mouth. Don't be mad at him. Thank you, Bart Scott. Appreciate that. Because if there's something you don't need, is a bunch of ravenous wolves more mad than they already are at you for shit that you may have said out of your mouth. So with that said, when it comes to Diggs, I really feel like, bad for that because he was poised to have, I think, a record-setting season. He's already forced 3 turnovers in 2 games and it was looking like he was getting nothing but better. Last week, he had a play against Garrett Wilson where he guarded him press man, not off ball. Like even if it was off coverage, it was cool. Stack coverage, which is when you play off and you give yourself some cushion. That would have been cool if you covered a one-on-one doing that with no help. But you're keeping everything in front of you, giving up easy completions underneath, which is what Anthony Brown used to get in trouble for. Diggs ain't do that. He played press man against one of the best receivers in the league, or young receivers in the league. No help over the top. And we saw how dangerous he was against Gilly. So it wasn't like he was playing against a slouch. It wasn't like the ball was delivered poorly. He played press man, knocked the ball down like it wasn't about nothing, man. So again, he looked like he was poised to have the type of season that a guy like him deserves. I'm glad he got paid some guaranteed money prior to this injury. I'm also glad that he got injured early in the season because he should be healthy enough to move around by season's end and running again by the beginning of the offseason and prepared and ready for training camp again. I don't think he'll have quite the same explosion, just like Overshawn, same thing. They might not have the same explosion going into next season or maybe the same faith in those legs, but Diggs is not the guy that is good because of his speed or his explosion. He's good because of his mindset and his eyes and his knowledge of route recognition and so on. So in his length and everything else. So I don't think we lose that, And I think, a year after coming back, so 2025 season and beyond, I think this will be an afterthought. But for now, like I said, send prayers up, hope that he has a speedy recovery. And laugh at the dickheads who think that it's funny. You know what I mean? Laugh right with them because all they doing is fueling the fire, man. As if we needed it. As if we needed it. You feel me? But I was pretty pissed off. I won't front about that. Tyler Biadasz being out. I don't know who comes in if he is down significantly. I don't know who comes in, but I'm pretty sure Scolari will figure it out. Having a team that has veteran leadership and veterans at the coaching positions, it should instill trust, right? We're playing a team that's the polar opposite in the Arizona Cardinals. They have a young head coach, they have a young defensive coordinator in Rallis, and they have a very new offensive coordinator, right? There's no experience in that entire room. There's no experience, there's no trust there. There's hope, there's potential, but we saw what potential will get you without, tangibles with Kellen Moore, right? So fuck hope. We got all the veteran leadership there is, and I'm pretty sure out of that room of Brian Schottenheimer, Dan Quinn, Al Harris, and Mike McCarthy, Mike Scolari, Jerry Jones, even. I'm pretty sure they seen a center go down. We did too. With I think Garrard came in, something like that, during Parcells era. Centers go down, linemen go down, and more will. And when they do, your job is not to say, boo hoo, my toy is broken. It's to get someone else ready to do the job, right? That's what your job is. Your job is not to coach talented, injury proof players, it's to coach those players and make sure that the ones behind them are prepared to go in and do their job. Next man up, got to be the mentality. And, you know, get used to it, because not only are we in the beginning of a season that's a long season, but we're also a team with a target on its back because of the way we're playing. And we're also a team that's playing and running and flocking to the ball like ravenous wolves, which also causes injuries as well. We got an offensive line that pancakes everybody. Ask Tyler Smith when he comes back what he did to Conor McGregor or McGovern last year. You know what I mean? He pancakes guys into people's legs all the time. So, you know, those things are going to happen. When they happen, deal with the shit, man. But we had so many injuries last year, as I said. When you saw Dak go down, when you saw those things happen, you couldn't have said that you thought this team would be a 12-5 team when you saw the amount of injuries that we had before the season even started. Dak was gone week one. Tyron Smith was gone before week one. You know, they were like, well, how are we going to do it? And we still went 12-5. So if you don't trust injuries, trust our history, because we've been injured for the last 2 years and we did fine. So we'll do fine this year. You know what I mean? And like you said, Mike Zimmerman, Bland a fucking baller. Bland is a baller. I'll give you that. All right. So now the doom and gloomy shit is out the way. Hold on. Let me see what Eastside Harold's saying. He says, so you're saying lose your number one corner won't affect the defense? It's no big deal? Oh, you're a Texans fan. You wouldn't know nothing about that. Didn't say it was no big deal, but definitely trust what Bland can do. Can Bland do what Diggs can do? No, he's not Diggs, but he can play press man. We do get different, not better. We get better in other areas, worse in others. Like Diggs is definitely a guy that you can single up and play one on one with almost anybody, and he is a ball hawk. But Bland is also a ball hawk who plays, I think, a little bit more aggressively near the line of scrimmage. Better tackler for sure, and definitely better at getting off blocks. So a lot of those hitches and screens and stuff like that that we do underneath, he attacks them differently. So it's a chance for Bland to step up and become a better player. But no, it's no big deal. I wouldn't say that, but I would say that I ain't got time to cry about it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So thanks, Eastside Harold. Appreciate you. Houston, we got a problem. Can't win a game. Yeah, I mean, anytime I come on a impromptu Friday night and Eastside Harold is on here, he just won't admit that he's a Cowboys fan. So y'all definitely got to stop treating him like a Texans fan that's coming in here riling you up, because he's really not a Texans fan in any shape or form, other than the fact that he says he's a Texans fan. But fan, if you just define what fandom is, it's team that you focus on with fervor and you know, admiration. Well, who does he focus on with fervor and admiration? It damn sure ain't the Texans. I doubt that you spend as much time on Texans channels as you do on Cowboys channels. So that would definitely make you a fan. I just don't think you know, you have an identity crisis and shit. You know what I mean? You got fan dysphoria. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you are, bro. But that ain't my problem, man. You know what I'm saying? But welcome East Side Harold in with open arms. People don't be mad at him. He don't know what he's doing. Forgive him, for he knows not what he does. Kyle Cornett, he said every team in the league is going to lose a key player to injury. Question is it someone you can live with? Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of them are anybody you can definitely live with. Like I said, we're all one off one, but you know, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. You know, it is what it is. Next man up is definitely the slogan for a reason. Dwayne Brown, what's up, Brody? Appreciate it, Michael Zimmerman. You know, I mean, love you guys watching, man. I love doing what I do. And excuse the background. I'm in my dining room right now. I had work done on the studio. We'll be back in the studio with my normal background setup, and you know, no cat, dog, and kid in the house by next week. But for now, you know what I mean, excuse me. Excuse me. Anyway, let's see. Sheila Neal, what up, though? How you doing? Paul Rockymore. Rockymore. I like your name. It's like one of my favorite movies is Pulp Fiction. Tony Rocky Hara, remember, dude got thrown out the window for I think rubbing Marcellus's wife's feet or some shit like that. That sound like your name. We still going to the playoffs. We're still hurting QBs. Micah's about to cause havoc. Dak is heating up, etc. We still Gucci for real. At the end of the day, man, without adversity or without struggle, there is no progress. So if you didn't have this, I don't think I don't think the season will quite be complete. If you was going to tell our story and you want to tell a rallying cry, I think this is it. Last year's was Dak's injury and Cooper Rush coming and doing what he did. So, yeah, man, it's next man up. We're gonna do what we do. Again, like as I said, make sure I go out to Bar Scott's Twitter page if he ain't shut it down already, and give him a warm thank you. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, talking about Arizona, I think you guys already saw the preview for that game. I'm even more hyped to watch how we play and how we approach them. I don't think Dobbs is a threat, but it'll be a good game to watch to see how this defense responds to Diggs going out. I don't think people understand the type of energy injury like that can give you because he's an integral part of this team, and people are pissed off. So I think I mean, look at how our defense is already playing against teams that they're supposed to play well against. I think you just kick the hive. That's like you're gonna have some ravenous. I don't know other way to say it. I know Mike is a lion, but lions play in the circus. I ain't never seen a wolf in the circus. So we got a team of ravenous wolves who know that don't nobody else got no love for them, man. They know that. Every channel you watch Joy Taylor talk shit. One moment I don't know, her and Shady might have a shady situation going on. I don't know, because she looked to Shady for all types of judgment. To me, that's weak. But either way, one moment she's saying you can win and win ugly. Next moment she's saying it's only 2 wins versus bum teams. You know what I'm saying? One moment she said last year it ain't Dak's fault. To this year you can't win because of Dak. Like the flip floppiness of the narratives and the media is just it's annoying. But again, there's always a silver lining because of people like that in the media. We here. That's why you even on this channel. That's why I exist. I didn't start doing this shit until I started hearing narratives I didn't like about Dez that didn't make no sense. Like, hey, you got a rookie quarterback or a second-year quarterback. The tape has caught up to him. He has to learn to play with the receiving group that he has or to develop, right? Instead of saying that, they just said the receivers can't run routes all of a sudden. I mean, I've heard crazier shit, but that's why I'm here. So I ain't bitching about Joy. It's just, to me, that's some wild shit, man. Josh Radden, appreciate the bread, bro. I do work for likes and super chats and all kinds of shit. So make sure y'all throw some super chats in there, man, or some hashtags so I can see your questions. We don't need Bland to be as good as Diggs. We need Bland to be as good as Diggs in his second year. Number 1D in the league. We only need Bland to be Bland. Because Bland showed y'all last year that he ain't no slouch, no matter where you put him. He played outside last year. He played inside last year. He played left side last year. He played right side last year. He got interceptions from everywhere. He was smacking people from everywhere. So I ain't got no problem with Bland being in there. I ain't got no problem with J. Lou being in there. I ain't got no problem with Izzy Makamu being in there. Get what I'm saying? And when we do have a problem where we need to put someone else in there, I think Dan Quinn can curtail this scheme and rush with 4 and still get there and help those guys out if need be. So you might not see as much single high, or you might see Hooker tilted towards Bland's side and more single coverage over there with Gilmore. You might see that. So I ain't got a problem with nobody on this team. All right. Let's see if somebody else, hold on, before we go on to all the other haters. He said lions in the jungle. Yeah, lions in the jungle, wolves roll through the fucking national parks. Is it crazy to say Cowboys matchup versus the 49ers better with Bland outside? Only team this may be true for, but just a thought. No, I think it's crazy to say only because there's a misnomer that Diggs don't want to hit. I don't think Diggs got a problem with hitting when it count. He missed a tackle. I've seen some of the best hitters in the world miss tackles when they don't have their eyes up at what they're looking at or what they're trying to hit. But even the 49ers, now that you brought that up, I just watched them last night. And I ain't fucking scared of the 49ers. They were struggling against the Giants. That score was not indicative of the way the game went. The Giants was in that game and could have won this game had it not been for some of their own mishaps at the end of the game. But they was on that ass. 49ers, they look good, but they don't look like us. And that's the thing that has the media in this uproar is don't nobody want to be wrong, man. It's called confirmation bias. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to confirm their own biases. That's what it means. And when you've been calling a team trash or not good, or you've been getting away with talking shit about a team or about a player or about someone, and they wind up getting good, it depends on why you were talking about them. You see what I'm saying? If you were talking about them from a standpoint of, I think this person can play better than that, or I want them to play better, I don't like how they're playing. Like me and LVE, I talk shit about LVE all the time. I talk shit about AB when he was here all the time. But what I did want was them to play better. I was rooting for them to better this team or to not be the guy that hurts this team, right? So I have no problem when they play better by saying, hey, he played better. I'm glad he did that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not hate. But the way you can tell the difference between hate and constructive criticism is a constructive critic wants you to do better. I'm a coach. I'm a constructive critic. I want my fighters to do better. I want players to do better. I want my sons is athletes. And if there's anybody I talk shit to, it's them. I beat their ass too. When we roll, we either spar or we do some rolling because one of them is a jujitsu blue belt. We roll. I roll with them. And I don't take it easy on him. And I talk shit to piss him off or to get in his head, right? But I want him to do better. Now, if he started beating me and I start saying, and I get mad or I start talking shit, that's how you know I'm not a critic. The difference between a critic and a hater is a critic wants you to improve. A hater feels bad when you do. And a lot of these journalists are exposing their hand because now that they see the Cowboys actually playing, they don't have shit else to talk about. All they talk about is the Cowboys being bad or the Cowboys dropping the ball and the Cowboys losing. So now they're sticking to that same narrative, right? But the more and more the Cowboys stick it out, the more exposure they get in regards to looking like an asshole or an idiot for saying the things that they've said historically. And they don't want to be that wrong, even more so than we don't want to be wrong as individuals because they get paid to be right, right? They get paid to be the source of information. And when you get paid to be that source of information and you've been putting your foot in your mouth for years, and like look at Shady. And this is what I don't respect. Shady, Channing, Crowder, these guys. I'm the type. Now, anybody who know me know. You know what I mean? I'm not no super tough guy. You know, I'm tough, but I'm not a trying to be tough guy, right? But I grew up rough, just like everybody else, right? No different. But if I say something to you here, if you walk in my kitchen or walk in my living, I'll say it to you to your face, and we can have a conversation, or we can roll around on the floor about it. And even after that, I will shake your fucking hand, right? If it's like that, you know what I mean. If it ain't, you can walk away. I walk away. If one of us walking away, that's cool. That's cool. But what I see is a lot of guys like I said, Channing Crowder lost a lot of points to me because you go to the camp and you all hugs and kisses with Dak. Dak, you called him over to you. Dak, all on the thing. Then went on national TV and said they can't win because they overpaid quarterback. That was like, and when people say overpaid, since we talking about it, Dak ain't even in the top 5 in paid quarterbacks in the league. There's a lot of bullshit quarterbacks right now getting paid more than Dak. So what constitutes Dak being overpaid? I don't even know where that comes from. I don't understand where it comes from. I really don't. Daniel Jones make more than Dak. Daniel Jones. Fucking Lamar Jackson make more than Dak. Didn't even do shit last year. And I don't hear nothing about it. Nothing. He's still developing at that. Hurts gets paid egregiously more than Dak. Now, he went to a Super Bowl. Don't take that away from him. No hate towards him either. But to say he's not a developing quarterback is a lie. He's developing. He says he's a work in progress. So what the fuck can anybody else say? Nothing. But he get paid more than Dak. Josh Allen get paid more than Dak. Lost to Zach Wilson. Yep. Same guy. Same guy. So for Crowder to keep talking that, it was like crazy to me that he said that. That was like, Like, what's up with you, bro? That was corny. And we gonna call that's some Joe shit. That's corny, right? And Shady McCoy does that. He went there as well. And I noticed he changed his tone a little bit this season due to the fact that he went there and he talked a little bit, and now it's like, sound as good talking shit after shaking hands. He understand. But still, this is what the media is supposed to be, man. If you non-biased media, be non-biased media. If you bias media, go to the network that is team oriented. Go to like your version of 105 The Fan in Philly or wherever, and be a radio personality or a guy there. Like if Nate Newton is on, blogging the boy or talking the boys or whatever show that is, no disrespect, I just don't remember the name. But if he say something that's totally biased towards the Cowboys or in favor of the Cowboys, I get it. Michael Irvin, even when Michael Irvin talk Cowboy, he ain't like Cowboys gonna beat anybody and anybody else is trash. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's tilted and it's corny. But they're allowed to do what they want. And the more they do it, the more you guys show up here. You know what I'm saying? The more you show up here. I look at there's 176 people in here. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. I look at all 176 of y'all as like people that I fuck with, right? And I don't diminish these numbers as if they nothing, but these are low numbers. I've been on shows and I've seen guys, some of my colleagues, they rocking out 3,000-4,000 people live at one time. The reason those things are happening, when you see the Dallas Cowboys can't get as many views as some of the YouTubers on their own YouTube channel, and it's their fucking team, and they have inside information, inside content, everything that we don't have, and you still watch us more, that tells you everything you need to know about what the fans or what real people want to absorb or want to interact with or engage with, right? And it's easy to see the bullshit a mile away. So the media is really, they're creating a storm that used to irk or annoy me. But when you look at it from a silver lining standpoint, I'm here because of it. And I think, like I said, the other rallying cry that comes from that is, I think that they're giving a team that was already a favorite a reason to feel like an underdog throughout the rest of the season and to be pissed. You don't want to put a chip on a shoulder, or let's just say you don't want to kick the bear, so to speak. You know what I mean? Or in this case, the lion, right? So again, there's a reason we're deep. They piss these guys off and they're gonna play like it. So thank Bart Scott, because you're gonna get a lot more exciting, energetic, pissed off football. And when you look at the drop off of talent in the NFC or in the league right now, nobody's talking about this. Nobody talking about it. And maybe I need to start talking about it. But when you start looking at the way QB is played now in the league, the way teams are put together now in the league, I know that the CBA tried to do things that created more exciting football, but they're making football worse. And the reason I say that is, when was the last time you looked in the NFC and had to say, like, not only are the Dallas Cowboys one of the favorites out there are no other teams that really are scary. Everybody kind of like on the same wavelength for most of the league. Most of the teams are beatable because not only QB play, like a lot of the running quarterback BS is, to me, is getting overplayed. And I know when I say running quarterback, they think that, well, not me, but when people say running quarterback, they think you're saying it's synonymous with black quarterback. Daniel Jones is running quarterback too. The running quarterback, meaning a quarterback that thinks run first or that has way too much athleticism, is sometimes works against them. And it makes it so that a lot of the highlight reels that they'll get early on in their career before they get paid a check is deceptive. Colin Kaepernick, Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, even, a lot of these guys can do things before they get big money. Hurts last year. You can do those things before you get big money. But once you get big money, you don't drive through mud. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you might drive your pickup truck through mud. You might go buy and spend good money on a Ford Raptor, still driving through mud because it's a toy that you bought to drive through fucking mud. But what you don't do is drive a Lambo through mud because there's little parts that you can't replace. It's too expensive. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fuck with that. And once you pay a quarterback, because of the scale that quarterbacks are on right now, a running quarterback, your team is doomed because when he get hurt, that's it. And quarterbacks get hurt sitting in the pocket. Ask Tony Romo. Quarterbacks get hurt just standing there. You know what I mean? So when you got a quarterback that's going to go draw contact that you paid 250 mil, it's a different thing, you know. So the fact that that is happening all over the league, I think that's part of the reason you don't see these quarterbacks develop, because you don't know what they are for 4 or 5 years. And that's most quarterbacks. But when you have a running quarterback, they can get away with looking good because they can stretch things with their legs for years, until you find out that when they have to settle down and actually pick things apart from the pocket, they cannot. And when I say that, people think that I'm hating on just one quarterback. It's just that's the reality of most running quarterbacks. You guys know I did not like Dak Prescott when we first started this journey, right? I ain't like him. Not much. You know why I started liking him though? Because he stopped being a run first quarterback. Maybe because he wanted money, he wanted to prove it to Jerry. Maybe it's because he slowed down. Maybe it was because he hurt his leg before he got the money, you know. But either way, he learned his lesson. And maybe Kellen Moore helped him in that way by not giving him checkdowns, because he had to actually learn how to move guys around and across the field. But the reason I started respecting him was because he started doing the things that a developing veteran quarterback can do. And if you look conference by conference, you got AFC South. You got Derek Carr, who's I think good, not great. You got Baker Mayfield. You got Young, and you got who else? What other teams over there? There's only three of them. It's another one. Well, I don't fucking know. But either way, the Falcons. Who plays there? Mariota. Who's over there? I don't even know who their quarterback is. I don't know who the Atlanta Falcons quarterback is. To be honest with you, don't. But that's my point. Like, the league is full of a lot of average QBs right now. To me, a lot of them. So again, I don't know what started me on that tangent of saying this, but I'm saying this now. This team is a team to me that is head above shoulders because of the balance that they have on both sides of the ball and because of the QB play. I think that this team can definitely now take over, if not the league, at least the NFC. You have some teams in the AFC who I think have great QBs. KC is one, you know, there's always going to be a contender. I think the Chargers, even though Kellen Moore is probably going to fumble that, the Chargers got a good quarterback in Herbert. Joe Burrow's definitely one. If he wants to be, Josh Allen can be, if he stops acting like a wild man. I think Mac Jones is going to be good. See, these guys are starting to show me that they can play. And some of them are taking their hiccups, like Pickett. They taking their hiccups so that they can get better later. But barring a few of those guys, those names I just named, it's not a lot of guys that like are exciting or they're scary. There's not a lot of teams that's rolling guys over. And maybe we hit a wall, who knows? But right now, we're the team to beat, in my opinion. And I think people are scared of that because of how much shit talk they've done. And they don't want to have to walk back those words. So be prepared to see a lot more hate and a lot more doubt. You know what I mean? But one of my favorite poems by Rudyard Kipling starts off with, if you can keep your head when all around you are losing theirs and blaming things on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too, right? That's where we at right now. You know, that's what men do. You trust yourself regardless of who doubts you. You know what I'm saying? People doubt me all the time. When I started this, right, just to give you a backstory real quick, I took my Apple laptop to Apple to get fixed. And I'm like, yeah, my daughters are doing some YouTube content. I'm trying to show them, you know, how to do YouTube content. Main man said, yo, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, I said, yeah. He said, oh, it's too late for that, man. You should have did that like in 08, 09. It's too late to get in the game now. And then my first video, very first video ever went viral. So I was like, damn, if I listen to him, if I listen to his doubt, you know, I wouldn't be doing this. So like I said, you got to make allowances for people to doubt you, because that it becomes fuel if you look at it correctly. All right, I'm not going to preach to y'all all night. This ain't church. It's Friday, man. You know, a lot of y'all, you know, about to go do some debaucherous type of stuff. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Cleveland Brown, what up, bro? He said LVE is a wolf hunter, so he's odd one out of the team. Maybe, because it's a pack of wolves, you know what I mean? The truth hurts. Why you don't listen to the truth then, East Side? Because you keep talking. You talk so philosophical, but don't do a damn thing but come watch us, man. Can y'all stop giving Eastside so much attention about this bullshit? Cause y'all know he lying. That Dez video was goated. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Let me see what else you guys talking about here. We still have Gilly Lock, Marcus Wynn. What up? Marcus be hitting me up all the time, man. Like he the one who told me that Diggs was down. I said, what? I was out. I was out, and he told me that. I said, well, what the? Yeah, man, that hurt my feelings. He texted me and says, "Is it true?" I said, shit, I ain't even know it happened until you told me. Okoye and Law Nation going to eat up the mainstream media market. Oh, that's for sure. Pause. But we definitely going to run through them. I love weed. Hell of a name. He said, I've seen CJ play in person. Is he still your guy? Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it is his guy. Bland against Ayuk? You scared of that? I'm not. I'm not scared of no matchup in this league. I'm not, because it's not just the corner versus the player. That quarterback still got to play. And the Giants, who didn't get no pressure against the Cowboys, they was hitting Brock Purdy. And we saw what the Eagles did to Brock Purdy. They was hitting him. You don't want to let us get after you like that. I guarantee it. You don't want to let us get after you. And you damn sure better hope y'all stay healthy this week as far as y'all front five, as far as the 49ers go. Because we already fuck you up healthy. I ain't worried about none of that. And he said Kyle don't want Purdy throwing the ball downfield. To be honest with you, I broke their scheme down last year. They run so many deep crossers, is crazy. That's what they run. They run a lot of deep crossers. They love to hit the deep crosser. That's his favorite target. If he throws the ball 24 times, 10 of those attempts are deep crosses. You know what I mean? 40-50% of the time, that's what he's throwing. So if you can guard the deep cross and force him to throw those one-on-one matches on the outside, you can force him to throw where you want him to throw the ball. But I'm not breaking down Brock Purdy just yet. I'll break him down in week 5 when it's that time. You're going to see a full breakdown. I got you. Promise you. I might be in Mexico that week, but I'm still going to do it. Michael Zimmon, Okoye, you think they go pick someone up for insurance? No, I think that's what Noah was. They went and got insurance already. And if they need insurance, they got guys like Miles Brooks, who was on a in training camp, who knows the scheme. He could sit down, play some special teams, and sit on the bench. But nah, I don't think at this point you need it. They might if someone else goes down, but not now. Josh Radner, appreciate it. Off topic, I'm an MMA fan and was shocked to see Sean Strickland won. What were your thoughts on that fight? Strickland was a genius. He has no rhythm. When you have a broken rhythm or any kind of rhythm, when you're fighting a counter puncher, they need you to attack so they can attack, because Style Bender is a counter puncher. When you fight a counter puncher, you can't have a cadence, number one, and you can't be aggressive. You have to be patient. Controlled aggression is the way you fight them. You make them lead, but you stalk them so that they will lead. And that's all Strickland did. He stalked Style Bender so that he can counter the counter puncher. And it worked, because you made a guy who doesn't like to lead with offense lead for a change. You know what I mean? When you're 6'4" at a lower weight and you can counter from the outside like Stylebender can, you're hard to beat, because you make guys you have better range and better distance. So you make guys throw punches and attack from further out, where you can take a half step back and pick them apart. And that's what he does to guys. That's why the last guy he fought, Pereira, whatever his name was so hard to beat, because he was just as big, so it was hard for him to beat him, because he didn't have that distance advantage. And it was hard for him to beat Strickland, because Strickland closed the gap without throwing any punches. He just walked at him. Like, it's like Michael Myers coming in. He just walked towards you and let you attack. And it's like you kind of like nervous because you don't know why this guy walking towards you. If a guy walk up to you, he ain't saying nothing. He ain't got his body language, don't say anything. You don't know what to do with the guy, because you're like, I don't know what he doing. I don't know what he attempted to do till he get close. But yeah, that was a hell of a strategy. That take balls and patience. Pause, but it do. Tony Parker, spit the knowledge of Koye. We ain't scared of shit. Bland will hold it down. T.O., I don't know what that means, from North Carolina. Forget Philly and the 49ers. Hey, man, I'm in Philly, man. Say no. Definitely feel that. My whole family from North Carolina, Rocky Mount. My dad live in Winston-Salem right now, man. So shout out to the North Carolina fans too, man. Matter of fact, I was in the cafeteria when my brother was in the hospital when he was passing in 2020. Somebody was in the cafeteria. I forgot this dude's name, but I think he's a rapper. But he a North Carolina fan. He was like, Okoye, I said, "What's up?" You know, "What the fuck you doing here?" I was like, "Hey, man, family issues, man." But that was dope that he actually recognized me. Though. I thought that was crazy. Ah, let's see. To judge another man's bag, though, yeah, that's nutty. Let's see what we talking about. I ain't wearing my glasses. I think that's like my protest. Yeah. What's good, Taj? What's good with you? Justin D. He said mainstream has to sell drama, and nothing sells better than in the NFL than Dallas drama. So they definitely create issues where there's none, or when none exists. Facts. Let them keep doing it. That's like I said. That's gasoline for your cars. Free gas, solar power energy. Super Bowl winning QBs playing this year. Mahomes, Russ, and Stafford. League is wide open. Yeah, league as well. And even those guys, like those guys look beatable, all of them. So yeah, you're exactly right. He said Vic was all around. In my opinion, he was just elite when taking off. No, no, no. Vic before the Baltimore Ravens broke his ankle was just a runner who could barely throw. You know, he could throw the deep ball, but he couldn't throw everything. Old Vic, the Vic that replaced Donovan McNabb, now he could throw, he could spin the ball, and he would stand in the pocket and he would run. It was like Randall Cunningham. He would run when he needed to, but he wasn't looking to run. He was looking to kill you with his arm. That's different. There's nothing wrong with being a running quarterback. Don't get me wrong. There's something wrong when you read one side of the field and then take off when you got guys breaking open, especially when you don't have any real pressure, but you feel pressure, not because there's pressure, but because running quarterbacks, not only are they quicker reflexes, but if you have quicker reflexes, that means you think quick. And if you think quick, you probably got a short clock, a quick clock where you're gonna run fast. You're gonna run faster. I mean, I don't mean like actual fast. I mean, you're gonna get out of there quicker than another quarterback would give up on a route or a play. You're gonna come off with your progressions quicker. You know what I'm saying? Those things happen. And that's not me saying it. When I say it, it's what do you know? You're not a quarterback. You ain't playing in the league. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody else say it, it's like, oh, yeah. So, but that's the truth. That's what scouts will tell you. That's what anybody will tell you about a running quarterback. Okoye, 49ers released Anthony Brown. Should we get him for CD? Damn, they released Anthony Brown already. Didn't they just pick him up? I thought they just signed man. He must be injured. No, I wouldn't go get him. I never looked at Dak as a running quarterback, just athletic enough to run. Bullshit. Dak used to go flip over people. He was truck people. Dak was running. Now he wasn't, a run first guy, but he can run. Like Dak would run, and he would run. Dad's the only person that wants you to be better than they can. Yeah, dads are just real people. I want you to be the best you can be, no matter who you are, because I ain't in competition with you. Why you think we all can rock together in this content world, right? Other people, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for me. The reason I can talk to a Vach who's killing it, a Law who's killing it, Sky who killing it, all these guys killing it. Everybody I talk to, they probably doing it in their own way. They killing it. But I'm not in competition with none of them. I'm trying to be the best AKOYE I can be. So I'm happy. Big ups to you. Get everything you can get. Do what you can do. And I'm proud of you either way. That's the way I look at it. Because we ain't in competition with each other. So it ain't just dads. It's just people who really want to see the best in other people. I want to see the best in you because it might bring out the best in me. I want to see you up your level because it might inspire me to up mine. What you eat don't make me shit. And what you shit don't make me eat. Whatever way you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But that's real rap. I'm happy for all those guys. Why? Because, at the end of the day, I'm only competing against my yesterday. And that's what everybody should be doing. When you're doing anything other than that, then you're gonna wind up hating because you're gonna look at other people as if their success somehow is tied to your failure, and that is not the case. Haley 94, where when you were talking about your sons, it reminded me of the definition of for a dad. They are the man who wishes you more success than their own. Oh, that's facts. I knew what you meant. I've heard that quote before. I just was saying what I'm saying because I like this quote, but it's not always true. Josh Radner, I missed your super chat. Where, bro? My bad. Let me go back up. Where you at? I read it. Off topic, John. The MMA, John. You gave me another one. Where? Oh, you damn sure did. Oh no, that's somebody else. Hold on. That's Jangles Echoes. He said Bland is going to get a Pro Bowl nod. If motherfuckers really think they can pick on Bland, they're in for a rude awakening. I mean, they tried it last year. Let's see him do it again this year. I'm not, like I said, you don't hear me talking a lot of X's and O's shit. You know what I mean? Why? Because this is more narrative based than X's and O's based. Any fool who watched Bland last year lead the team in interceptions and be top 3 in the league in interceptions, you think he can't play? Like, why would you have that notion? I mean, you don't have any history that could tell you that he couldn't. And that's doing it from the nickel, which is harder because you got two-way goals every play. You got guys, you're covering deep crossers a lot. That's one of the hardest routes to cover because it's not only a foot race, but you're dealing with rub routes. You're dealing with the fact that you have a foot race with sometimes faster, more athletic guys who play in the nickel, sometimes getting a running start. You can't press them, and they have a two-way option, and they're running all the way across the field into foot race, right? That's hard to cover. So to be one of the better nickel corners in the league is not as easy as it sounds or as it seems. People say nickel corner and people always put that asterisk on it like that means you're not good. But a lot of the guys who we love on the outside ain't shit in the slot. There ain't nothing in there. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be. So with that said, yeah, like Bland gonna be fine. Prime time Phil said, love Gilmore, Bland, and Lewis combo. But I love Wanye Thomas. Yeah, he's a safety, but he's always on the hip. He's a wild card. Yeah, Wanye and Mukwamu are going to help us out, especially when we go into that big nickel package or some of those dime or quarter coverages. Definitely going to look good doing it because those guys are not just safeties. They can move, they can cover. Kirst can too. You know, all these guys can cover. So we're not in trouble. It's just, like I said, we just don't want Diggs gone, but we're not in trouble. We're not in trouble. He said, I need Micah. I need Micah to break Brock down. Oh, yeah. I thought you said you needed Micah breakdown. My dyslexia was like, Micah breakdown. Let's go. Shit, I would. I can't keep everyone over the next few years. Tyron old as dirt. I don't even know what he was talking about, but it sounds funny. All right, hold on. Let me roll down. Mike Tyke, the OG of OGs. What's up, bro? Appreciate the $5. He said, I feel like Diggs. Don't be offended that I said $5 if you are Asian. I'm being funny. I'm not trying to be offensive. People get so mad at the shit I say. It's crazy. But I'm just a goofball. For real, for real. I got a bitchy resting face. You know what I'm saying? But I'm funny. People just think I'm mean. You know what I mean? I'm a nice guy. I feel like Diggs being hurt makes the team even more focused. Yep. If we can go deep in the playoffs without him, imagine us when he comes back in 2024. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you, Mike. Appreciate the super chat, good brother. And you saying something with that because, as I said, like every team needs a rallying cry, whether that's a loss to a trap team or a trap game, any of those things make you wake up. And having it where you don't want to lose because of the things that Micah might be saying, like, because I think Micah has an effect on this team that people don't talk about too. He does something that most people tell you not to do, which is, don't tell people what your plans are. Don't jinx it by saying Super Bowl. He fucking say it. He said, I want to be I want to be the greatest player of all time. I want to be the best player in the league. I want to win the Super Bowl. He just say it. And once he say it, they can't act like they ain't gonna back him up. So now everybody got to start acting the part. You know what I'm saying? But if that wasn't enough, now they mad too. So yeah, man, I feel you. I think the Cowboys are definitely in the right frame of mind to go all the way. And if they don't, guess what? At this point, not as pissed off. But I think they'll definitely get past the divisional round. To be honest with you, I want them to do it all though. You know what I mean? I'm with Mike. 93 Cowboys were better than 92. Give you that. Excuse me. Anyone think Dan Quinn standing here next year? Well, he getting paid like a head coach. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, he gonna stay here. Why wouldn't? At some point, you gotta look at it like this, right? If you like where you're living, you're a family man, you're a father like I am. You like where you're living, you like the money you're making, you like the quality of work you're doing, you like the journey that you're on. Why would you change it? So I think that's Jerry's job to make sure Dan Quinn is happy here. And if he's happy here, I don't think he's going anywhere unless he gets the type of deal. I don't think it's going to be a monetary thing though. He got guys here that will make him a legendary. Would you rather be a legendary prince, or you know what they're saying? You want to be the king for a day or a prince forever? You know what I'm saying? I think as a coordinator, Dan Quinn would be like the Jimmy Johnsons of the world, the other Jimmy Johnson from the Eagles, and Dick LeBeau's of the world, where you've been a head coach, but you just sit down and hang it up from the head coach position and just kill it as a coordinator for 10, 15, 20 years. Like if he coaches Micah Parsons throughout his career, the things that they're gonna do together, you will never see in the league again, or you'll be hard pressed to see it. They're trying to recreate Micah Parsons, but they realize it's not just physicality, it's not just his athleticism, it's not just the mindset. He got everything that you want in a football player. He could play safety if you wanted him to. He could play corner if you wanted him to. Because he's the type of guy that you want to take the war. He gonna do what it takes to win. You know what I mean? He want to win. You know, so what Martellus Bennett say? He said, y'all motherfuckers fight just to be fighting. I fight on 10, I fight to win. So do Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? So if Dan Quinn stays with Micah Parsons, the amount of notoriety and the amount of wins and Super Bowls that they can amass together, him as a coordinator, I think far surpass any ego stroke that he can get as a head coach. I think head coach, he might be a 3-4 year guy somewhere else, but you ain't gonna have the same supporting pieces that you have where you got a guy like Scolari that's been in the league longer than I've been alive, almost. When I was walking around, I was 6 years old. Scolari was in the league. You know what I'm saying? Coaching. You know what I mean? So he got more coaching experience than I have years on this earth. Feel me? Scolari, he's just your offensive line coach. You got Al Harris that's been there, won big games, won Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Made big plays in big games, teaching these DBs. You got Mike McCarthy, who's won Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn's won Super Bowls. Feel me? Brian Schottenheimer comes from a football. We used to say Marty Ball. Y'all remember Marty Ball? Marty Schottenheimer run the ball so much that we started calling it Marty Ball. I know West Coast was loving that, right? You know what I mean? But you got guys like that who are now coming together like the Avengers to take us all the way. You're not gonna get that everywhere you go. So I think just saying that you want a head coaching position just to say it, it's easier said than done. And I don't think he should. I think winning means something. So if you win, winning and staying together is a hell of a lot better. When you got a guy like Jerry who don't have structure like other organizations, Jerry will pay for what he wants, and he ain't got no problem paying a guy like Dan Quinn on the side some side money. Like there's a salary cap on players. Ain't no salary cap on coaches. You can pay your coaching staff whatever the fuck you want to pay them, and if they winning, he ain't got no problem doing it. So if we win and they like what they got, trust me, Jerry gonna do something to make sure we keep winning. If not for the love of the game, it'll be for the love of his pockets. So I hope we win because I know winning is easier to keep Dan Quinn winning than it will be losing. Oh, well, it depends on how you look at it. Because if we lose and you want to get rid of Mike McCarthy, you still keep Dan Quinn. But I don't want Mike McCarthy going either. I like what he's doing on offense. I like this team, how it is right now. I do. So hopefully we win so we can keep these guys together. Keith Murphy, the unbeaten. Sorry, I don't got my glasses on, so excuse me. I'm dyslexically squinting through. Matter of fact, why the fuck don't I have my glasses? I just don't feel like I'll be protesting these Jones, man. I don't like glasses. Don't like them. Dan Quinn will get a head coaching job. Take it from me, a 49ers fan. We lose them every year. Yeah, y'all lose them every year, but y'all not the same organization. Y'all don't have a Maverick as a owner who do anything to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that John Lynch is a bad GM, but I don't think y'all care as much. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got some young coordinators like McDaniels who just went to Miami. Y'all got young guys that want to make their name somewhere like Kellen did. We got old guys. You know what I mean? We got a bunch of old dogs. You know what I mean? So I think the only one we may lose if we win might be you might lose Al Harris or Joe Witt at some point. But I think you can keep those big guys in there. I think you can. You see what Jerry did last year when we lost. When Jerry loses, he gets rid of everybody. When he wins, I don't think he want to lose none of that. He like keeping people around and keep people in seats and keep them winning. I wish people will understand that Gallup is a tool that we haven't needed yet. Oh yeah, they coming at Gallup something crazy. Greg Starr, appreciate you becoming a member, good brother. Um, I do think Gallup is a tool that we haven't needed yet, but I do also think Gallup needs a big game soon. And this might be the game for him, but Gallup need to step up because we're going to need him to do something. And when Cooks comes back, it's going to be a lot harder for Gallup to get in the rhythm. You know that. So Gallup got to do it. He got to do it now, man. He needed for himself, if not anything else. He needs to step up and show that he is the Gallup of old. Right now, though, when you look at the way the Texas Coast offense is being run, there's a lot of guys that's running. And shout out to Schottenheimer because he confirmed some of the things that I say. People think I'm just talking when I say we do a lot of rub routes, a lot of clear out routes, a lot of guys just running routes just to get other guys open. People like, you don't know what they were supposed to be doing on this route. You don't know the progressions. You ain't in the league. I'm not. But guess what? I'm doing a hell of a good job for a motherfucker that ain't talking to nobody. I can tell you that because Schottenheimer came out and said it last week. He just said he doesn't usually like to tell people what the progressions are, receivers wise, because you don't want receivers to think they're running routes for the love of the game, and some of them are. But he tells them this, and what that does, it gives them a greater understanding as to how to get other guys open, and it also gives them an understanding of their depth and where they need to be, how precise they need to be on their routes, because they need to create a certain amount of space, so on. So he does tell them that, and they are running routes to get guys open. So when Mike McCarthy decides to isolate uh, Gallup the way he's done CeeDee Lamb, when there's a Gallup game or a Gallup package, I think Gallup will get open. When you have him over there as the X receiver, just saying get open one on one, you're gonna be our deep ball guy, our back shoulder guy, our jump ball 50-50 ball guy. Okay, he gets some opportunities for big plays that way. But when he's in the mix, I think all of them are going to get their chance to be in the mix. Mike McCarthy's a wide receiver friendly head coach and offensive coordinator. Ask any receiver that ever played for the Packers. You already know how that go. There's so many I don't feel like naming them all, but there's a lot that he's coached where they did well because of him. So I don't think that'll change. I think Gallup will be okay. Yeah, Gallup will be okay. We consistently give Dan Quinn just as much credit as McCarthy. That's usually not the case with the Niners. True. Yeah, true. I think Shanahan, they say Shanahan, then there's everybody else. Here, everybody get their credit, man. His production just hasn't matched his price. I think that's why people are pissy. I think he needs to be restructured. This is what like drives me crazy about fans, man. Y'all all accountants. Everybody's an accountant. Hold on. Let me make sure my daughter cool. Khaleesi, are you okay? Then stop bumbling, please. Okay? Thank you. Anyway, sorry about that. My daughter up there making a lot of noise. But yeah, it's crazy to me that y'all be so hype about people paychecks, man. Like y'all paying the motherfucker. Who did you pay? Who you paying? You know what I'm saying? You like fans are getting pissy because Michael Gallup is getting paid. You know what I mean? Listen, every player that plays for a certain amount of time will get paid eventually if they're on a team long enough. They're gonna get some kind of money because your veteran scale goes up. And if you have some productivity before you get paid, you're gonna get paid good money. But at the end of the day, Michael Gallup ain't the highest paid receiver in the league. And even if he was, I ain't paying him. Now, when you look at him from an injury standpoint, Dez said this and he said it best, man. Like never play injured for this type of league or for these type of fans because all they're looking at is the paycheck. Y'all not looking at what that person had to go through or what they put on the line for the team. Like you basically saying, to me, and you don't think you're saying it. And I know this ain't me picking on you, Django Echoes, because I'm not talking shit about you, but the mindset. You can't just be dirt because you got hurt. Now, if you come back and you really can't ever get it together, cool. But you deserve a grace period to try to get it back. And I think Gallup had his last year. He do need to step up this year, but it has nothing to do with money. It has something to do with like just to be productive again. You need to step up because when you go down, talent around you gets better and other guys get opportunities and you can see what they can do. So now it makes it so that you even more on the clock to get back. That's cool. But the hatred on his check just cuz not cool. Why? You ain't paying them, and they deserve their cash for putting a body on the line. Do you realize like these dudes is ripping up their body to the point where they're not gonna live as long? They're not. They're not gonna live as long as other people, in most cases, because of what they do with their body. Give them their fucking money. I never argue about none of them dudes making money. They're supposed to make money, and I ain't paying them. And even if I was paying them, I would. I ain't got a problem with that. See what I'm saying? So when people make it about the money, that lets me know you listening too much of the narrative BS because you ain't never had a salary cap problem in your life. Never. You ain't never looked at the cap and said, damn, shit. Goddamn Gallup. If Gallup wasn't on this team, I'd be able to pay Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never said that. You never had that problem. And the people who do have that problem don't have a problem with it. Because if they did, guess what? They will get your ass out of here or they'll restructure you. That's it. So when they got a problem with it, we'll know. But it ain't no problem to me. I don't give a shit what you get paid. I give a shit how you play. Like LVE, he ain't get no money, but he play. If you play good, you play good. You know what I'm saying? Diggs before this year, he wasn't getting no money. I wasn't. I ain't care about him not. I ain't care about him not playing. I ain't say let's hurry up and pay Diggs his first year after his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Don't none of y'all do that. Don't none of y'all be like, yeah, such a great rookie year. I think we should pay him guaranteed money after his rookie year. Y'all don't never say that, right? But once they play well and they get a check, the clock starts on how soon y'all want to get rid of them, as if y'all can't put a team together because of this person or something. All right. The problem is people in their fantasy stuff, so they don't actually see what's happening. They certainly don't watch video. All they know is stats, facts. You can see that how Lamb cooked the Jets by himself, pretty much. No, well, Lamb cooked the Jets by himself because, as I said, everybody's job in that game was to get Lamb open. They weren't running schemes for everybody. They was running schemes for Lamb to get open. They ran a couple schemes for Turpin to get open underneath, stuff like that. But they didn't run a lot of schemes for anybody else to get open. You didn't see it. When they do, you think Gallup can't run an out route and be wide open because of some rubs? You think Gallup can't run a drag route and be wide open because of some rubs? Of course he can. Of course he will. When a player makes too much, people say restructure. When they're underpaid, they say you're still under contract. Quit being a baby and play. Exactly. You can't win. You can't win. Then when they get hurt, they say, "Oh man, he got injured, so he don't deserve the money." That's fucked up. Yeah, y'all fucked up, man. That is crazy. That's fucked up. Those that pocket watch would not keep the same energy if it was in their immediate family member. Facts. Or if they was at work and they'd be like, hey, those TPS reports, you ever see Office Space? Those TPS reports ain't on my desk by 9 a.m. So we gonna take 50 cents out of your 11.50 that you get paid already. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. You wouldn't be taking that shit. Like most of y'all would, most of us are watching us while we at work. I don't got a job. I work for myself. But when I was working in the corporate world, I was watching World Star at work and shit. I ain't gonna lie. But I was I was a high performer. I made 15 phone calls, I made my money. So I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And my bosses would walk by me and let me do it. You know why? Because I make money. You know what I'm saying? So why bother them? You feel me? So it's the same thing. Like a lot of y'all ain't doing your jobs at work. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody coming kicking no fucking candles out of your kids' hands. You know what I'm saying? So stop it. Stop it. AKOYE been listening and watching for some years now. Great ish for real. Greg Starr, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And I will remember the name. And as a matter of fact, I'll give you if can I give him that? Oh, I gotta go back to the other live to give you a moderator. But I'll remember you. So I will make you a moderator. Don't let me forget. So next time you see me, make sure you hold me to it. Bruh, don't be mad because I got a good agent. Facts. Yeah, yeah, they crazy when it comes to the pocket watching, man. And like I said, I wasn't hating on you, bro. Whoever said that, I think I forgot his name, but I ain't hating on you. It's just that mindset is crazy. It shows that you listening to national media. Stop listening to those guys, man, because they getting paid checks to talk about football, and they ain't playing about their money. You know what I'm saying? Look at Shannon. Shannon couldn't stay with Skip because Skip got on his nerves and was just simply disrespecting him by undermining his Hall of Fame career. Shannon was about to cry on national TV about the fuck. Matter of fact, he did cry when it was time to go, and he's still saying Skip name like they was doing more than talking. Pause. But he ain't playing about that bread. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't getting hit. Stephen A ain't playing about his money. He ain't getting hit. Pat McAfee, he ain't playing about his money. He ain't getting hit. And when you start talking about coaches, it get even crazier. Coaches in college and coaches in the NFL, they want their bread, but they ain't getting hit. So let's stop that. Let's stop that. Everybody want their money and they deserve their money. If anybody deserves the money, it's the people that's actually putting their life and blood, sweat, and tears on the line. Let them get their money, man. My knock on Michael Gallup is I don't think he fits the scheme. Fits his scheme. Bullshit. Mike McCarthy had Donald Driver, bro. Donald Driver couldn't. Listen. Donald Driver was the Hines Ward of the NFC. He didn't run routes. He was a tough guy. He was an all-purpose football player. He was a football football player, but he wasn't like a killer route runner guy. James Jones wasn't either. He was slow as fuck. Just had hands. He was like Keyshawn Johnson. Had hands. He can make anybody good. Mike McCarthy can. And y'all think us like being a fanboy. Like the dude made receivers out of everyone. Jordy Nelson, where else would Jordy Nelson have been Jordy Nelson if it wasn't for the fact that he went to the Packers? Everyone who's most of them that leave the team don't even do great everywhere else. Like Jennings did okay. He's probably the only one that left did okay. And Devontae Adams, that's it. Where else? The rest of them they eat Packers for life. Oh, and Cobb could play good anywhere. But that's about it. Then go look up how much money Dak made the team in just merchandise sales during that time. Facts. Facts. They don't talk about that part. You could sell 1 million jerseys. You could put asses in seats. They still be like, you get paid too much. Like, what? You crazy. Somebody probably side-eye what Vander Esch gets. Vander Esch don't get that much money. He got a 2-year deal. He ain't getting no money. He ain't no money. Dion going to bank the coaching bank one day. Watch. Oh, yeah. He going to break the coaching bank, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to break it one day. Dion made guys money. Like he took Colorado from I think $120 ticket to $570 a ticket or more. I want to go to a Colorado game. I'm like, God damn. I fly there and do all that. Damn. I'm actually coming to some Cowboy games this year, though. I gotta do it. I don't be feeling like I like watching the game at home. I like be chilling. I like, sitting back, drinking some scotch or some shit like that and watching the game angry. I don't even like doing the live shows with y'all because it distracts me from enjoying the game. I'm talking to y'all too much. Or I say things that's crazy and my brother be like, bro, like he like my PR agent. He like, bro, man, they don't need to know you like that. They don't need to know you on that level, bro. Take the tinfoil hat off and stop talking about fucking aliens. You are a football analyst. Be a fucking football analyst. Like, yeah. Shout out to Young man. Love you, man. Happy birthday, too, bro. We going out this weekend. We're going to have some fun. Motherfuckers acting like Gallup is Zach Luna. I appreciate it. Motherfuckers acting like Gallup is washed. Bruh, he's probably one of the best number 3 receivers in the league. Being the number 3 is a skill. Don't mean you less talented. Who you want as your number 3? Brown? Washington? I'm dead. Facts. Yeah, he's good enough to be here. Not breaking the bank by any means. Don't think he needs to go. He is, to me, Alvin Harper. He's a jump ball, high point ball, deep ball, gutter type of receiver. And he will get his opportunities but first thing you have to do in an offensive scheme and what people aren't paying attention to, Mike McCarthy isn't taking some of the shots that I know he can take because I've seen this Schottenheimer scheme before. And I know some of the plays they put together weren't designed to go where they've gone already. They're setting the league up for film so they can counter that film later. I know we were saying that about Kellen for years. It wasn't true about Kellen, but it is true about Mike because I can see those plays. I've seen these plays before. That's one. And then 2, you don't need like when you're running the triangle offense, you know the purpose in running it? When they start to double team any of you, you got 2 other guys you're going to kick out to. And then when those guys get covered, you can kick out to the perimeter. And your guys like Robert Ory, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, they can shoot. You're just spot shooters. They can shoot and they can hit those threes from the outside, right? When you start to double team. If you don't double team in the middle, then those guys are going to eat anyway. The Kobe's are going to eat. The Shaqs are going to eat. See what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. If they keep covering CD the way they're covering them now, CD just going to keep killing you. When they start to try to bracket cover CeeDee Lamb or try to go out of their way to take CeeDee Lamb away, other guys will be wide the fuck open, and then you will get what you want. But first, you got to set it up. First, you got to make them want to do that. And you can't make them want to do that without pressing the ball in to your playmaker. That's just football 101. That's just sports 101. That's, everybody does that. That's not special. That's not unique to the Cowboys at all. Adrian Lindsay, my guy, he said, I think this offense can beat the 49ers. Yes. I think the 49ers, they run the same scheme as the Jets, and that offense put up 30 points on the Jets, and it should have been 40 or 50 if they'd have just scored 2 more touchdowns. It would have been 44. See what I'm saying? Touchdowns instead of fucking field goals. Whatever they invested in Dion has already been paid. For us old heads, we know already Dion don't play. Facts. Uncle Charles in the building. What up? We say that in Philly. We call everybody Uncle over here. I don't know if people do that everywhere. I live in a bubble. McCarthy is slow motioning it right now. Think about what he has showed us right now. That CD is the number one. We knew that. That he's willing to run the ball. We knew that. He still hasn't opened up yet. Facts. He hasn't had to. He has a progressive offense. He's gonna build off of it. Tolbert is not better than Gallup. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I don't think he is yet. He will be, but he's not. Me too. I can't watch the game around anybody. Yeah, I like being by myself, man. But even going to games, I never like going to games, but maybe I will if I go to a Cowboys game. I've only been to Cowboys games in Philadelphia. I don't like it because I'm like, yo, I want to enjoy the game. It's like you ever go out with your girl to a not so good spot or a spot full of sausage. You like, and you got a bad chick. Like I got an okay looking girl, man. But you ever go to a spot and you like, man, I can't get too drunk in here because somebody might try me. I can't get too comfortable here because this is the hood. It is crazy here. I gotta be on point. That's how it is going to an Eagles game with a Dallas jersey on. It's like I don't want to get too goofy. I don't even want to look too happy. Cause y'all might try me. You know what I'm saying? Can't look too happy. I seen a dude get his jersey spit on. He had a T.O. jersey on. Somebody spit on the back of his shirt, man. I'm like, man, he a Cowboy fan. He was a Cowboy fan. Couldn't have been me, man. I mean, I wouldn't even know if it was because he ain't know. Cause they spit on your back. Come on, man. That make you want to fuck somebody up, man. So no, I don't want to go to a game in Philadelphia. No, I might have to kill somebody. So no, I don't want to do that. But I might come to go to a game in Dallas. Maybe that'll be fun. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll be fun. But I couldn't do that shit in Philly. I don't want to keep doing it. I did it Dak's second year, I think, when they played on the 31st of December 31st. I went to that one. It was cold as shit. And then it's cold as shit. It was cold as shit. I'm like, and we was close to the field, but it was like, man, who gives a fuck? I need hand warmers in my shoes. I need hand warmers in my hoodie. I had hand warmers everywhere. It still was cold. And I had frozen snot on my beard. Like, that's crazy. I don't want it that bad, bro. I'm cool. Justin D, appreciate the 777. You must be spiritual. Oh, that was for Diggs. 7 for Diggs. One game at a time until we get that ring. Facts, good brother. Justin D. Feel you, man. Feel you. Spiritual dude. I'm going to the game this weekend. Cowboys fans run deep in Arizona. Oh, that's dope, brother. Oh yeah, I remember that from Jerry Maguire. You know what I mean? You don't think I knew that, did you? He said, "What a cool Yayo. What's his name? Yano? What? Oh, that's my dog. I'm like, who the fuck is scratching? Yano. Yano. I think that's how you say your name. Yano. Yano. Yeah. He said, what does it stand for? It stands for accumulated knowledge over years of experience, or now I say applied knowledge over years of experience, because now it's time to apply it. It ain't enough to know. You got to do something with it once you know. That's where wisdom come in. So I grew up. Well, it used to be accumulate knowledge or acquired knowledge over years of experience or existing, and then it became accumulate, and then now it's applied. But it's all of them. You know what I mean? But that's all of us. I'm not a AKOYE. Everybody thinks that, and I say this sounds cheesy, but it's true. We're all just accumulations of our experiences, right? And the knowledge that we've gathered over those years. And I'm interested in seeing that in not only you guys, but in players and people that I interview, like from a podcast standpoint. It was supposed to be that type of thing. But when I put the name out there, people just thought I was Nigerian. And they be like, AKOYE. They think that's my name. That's not my name. That's not even close to my name. My name Darius. But yeah, that's not my name. That's the name of this channel, and people call me that, so I just let them. You know what I mean? But I'm not. My name is not AKOYE. I'm not AKOYE. You know what I mean? We are AKOYE if you want to call it that. But I let people call me that. It's just easier than keep telling people what it means. You know what I'm saying? Drummer Cam Luna, watch then Tober takes his job because he fits the scheme better. I didn't say he was better. You got a point. No problem, Yano. Appreciate you, bro. I'm not a problem explaining it. Hope third quarter, hope on the third quarter, the backups be playing. Oh yeah, facts, because we should blow them out. The dude Dobbs, y'all want to see that? I already put it out there, but you know I can show it again if you want me to. But the dude Dobbs is not the guy, man. This dude is like, he's a jittery quarterback. I like him. I like him. I like his heart, but he's a jittery guy, man. Yeah, he's a jittery guy. May Hall, what's up, brother? He said, "Holy shit, I got out of work early enough to catch you live." Yes, you did. You know, or maybe I'm up late enough for you to catch me live. It depends on how you want to look at it. I'm in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Philly is a hostile environment, bro. Anybody that's in Philly in the chat know what I'm talking about. Any Philadelphia Cowboy fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't even go to your mama house on a football game because every touchdown somebody scored, they're like, how you feel? I feel good, motherfucker. Thanksgiving is like, I'll be up in the room by myself. You're like, why Darius upstairs? Because don't nobody want to hear all that shit, man. I might have to slap a family member. I don't want to do that. I love y'all. I love y'all. I won't hurt you. Oh man. Oh man, that's funny. I make myself laugh, so I hope I make y'all laugh. Cool channel name, man. I death thought Akuye was your name. Hell no, that ain't my name. Nope. Nothing wrong with being Nigerian. It's just not my name. But people think so. That ain't my name. Off topic, Zach Luna. I like your question. Zach must be a journalist or something. He be asking the good shit. He be talking that shit. Shout out to Zach Luna. He said, off topic, Okoye, who are your top 5 Cowboys QBs and why? That's too easy. It's too easy because it ain't but 5 of them. I think you got Starback, Troy Aikman, Tony Romo, Dak Prescott, and you can pick the 5th. You can pick the 5th. Why do I like any of them? Is because they had what it took to win. But Starback, I was too young to give you a real assessment of him. Troy Aikman, you know what's crazy about all the Dak hate that I don't like? Troy Aikman, and y'all might argue with me for this. Troy Aikman was not a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Oh, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But hear me out. Troy Aikman was a field general who knew what it took to win. He knew when to hand the ball off. You know how Kenny said, know when to hold them, or Willie Nelson, one of them. Know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Troy Aikman knew that. He knew how to win. He knew how to win. He will hand the ball off to Emmett 25 times, 30 times, 40 times, if that's what it meant to win, and play action and throw one-on-one to Michael Irvin when you try to take that away. So I like Troy Aikman a lot because of that. And he actually was a part of why I'm a Cowboy fan, right? But he could run. And he didn't play spread offenses and do all the shit that Dak is doing today. It's a different offense, different league. You know what I mean? So Dak has to do more than he did. But the thing that I like about it is he was a field general that got respect for being a field general. So was Joe Montana, field general. So was John Elway, field general, meaning glorified game manager. But a good quarterback is a game manager. But y'all done turn that into a curse word because gunslinger sounds so much better. You know what I'm saying? It do. It sounds so much better. Y'all love dudes that he can spin the ball. He can put the ball in him. So the fuck what? There are guys. Dan Marino, if you really want to tell it, is probably one of the best quarterbacks to ever suit up in the league. He ain't got no Super Bowls. None. You know why? Neither did Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers was a hell of a quarterback. Hell of a quarterback. He ain't got no rings. Fucking hard to get a ring when you're just slinging the ball. That's hard to do. You know? So when you say that a quarterback is the judgment of a quarterback is only based off of if they look like Pat Mahomes or not, you ain't gonna find a lot of good quarterbacks then if they don't all look like Dan Marino. But when you get a guy like, and when you look at the Super Bowl, most Super Bowl quarterbacks are game managers. Challenge me on that. Go look at Any quarterback you want. Take the last 10 Super Bowls. Even take the Eagles if there's an Eagle fan in here. Nick Foles, was he a fucking gunslinger? No. No, he wasn't. He's a fucking game manager who had the experience and enough experience to understand what he needed to do in situational football. Troy Aikman, same guy. Joe Montana, same guy. Same type of guy. Um, you name him. Ben Roethlisberger when he was young. The second Ben Roethlisberger, he's a little bit better. He was a gunslinger. But first Ben Roethlisberger Super Bowl, nope. He was a game manager. Tom Brady in almost all of his, except for the years he lost. The year Tom Brady when he loses Super Bowls, it was the best offenses he's had. When he wins them, is when they win him by 3, and they got average ass motherfuckers out there in a good run game. But what do I know? But he called the GOAT. Why? Because he knows how to win and he knows when to turn up. That's all. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at Flacco, well, Flacco was a fucking gunslinger. He's a game manager. You know what I'm saying? Rex Grossman made it to one. What was he? A gunslinger? He ain't even make it because of him. He made it because of Devin Hester. You know what I'm saying? But in that defense. But he managed the game. He ain't make mistakes. So that's what happens. See what I'm saying? So all we needed Dak to do was know how to win when it counts, know when to take the shot and when not to, but be the best game manager he can be. And that's what he is right now. So I like Dak because of that. You know what I mean? It's just that's what it is. People like the shiny car. People like Lamborghinis, but people need Hummers. See what I'm saying? You need a pickup truck. Corey King, what up, Brody? He said, honestly, AKOYE, the last few years, it seems like we're winning and compared to the way we ran with precision this year. Honestly, AKOYE, the last few years, it seems as if we were winning or winging it compared to the way we ran with precision this year. Sorry about that. I am dyslexic sometimes. Well, oil machine. Yeah, hashtag well oil machine. You see the dyslexia? I said, well oil machine hashtag instead of hashtag first. Anyway, um, yeah, I agree with you. We have a system that's actually progressive now. Um, there's setups to everything. You know, we're making a lot of the easy throws so that we can then get behind you with the same look. We're throwing out of looks that are like vanilla looking, like out of a run. We come out in a run formation to throw the ball. We don't come out in a pass formation to throw the ball. We come out and run. Why? Because we get run personnel on the defense, not pass personnel. And then you have more throwing lanes because you got 8 people in the box and only 2 or 3 people out there to defend. And if your guy's good at eating up one-on-ones, pause, you're going to win. That's how it goes. So, yeah, you're right. Corey King is because we got rid of anything that has to do with Garrett. Yeah, Kellen Moore's not as. Look at what the Chargers look like, too. They look good offensively, but they just got that it that we had. You look good, but why you not winning? I don't understand why you not winning. You got a good defense. Why you not winning? You got Khalil Mack and Derwin James on your team. Why you can't win no game? That's fucking crazy. Why is that? You got 2 good running backs, 3 good receivers. Why you not winning? It's the killing effect, man. Mm-hmm. But you're gonna be good. Your offense gonna be number 1 though, or close to it, guaranteed. My dad watched Roger and Troy all those for all those Super Bowls. One thing my dad said about is true. He was probably the most accurate QB you'll ever see. About Troy, I guess you saying it's not that hard to be accurate when you got Emmitt Smith in an offensive line that gives you time. I'm just gonna tell you that. Because if you play action Emmitt Smith, you're gonna move guys out of the way. We didn't have all 22 film back then, so I know your dad didn't see, and I didn't either. But when the Emmett effect, when you act like you're gonna hand that ball to Emmett, people gonna pay attention to that. And then you got Irvin singled up on the outside. It ain't that damn hard to be accurate when you can just throw the ball up to the playmaker and the rest of those guys do their job. You feel what I'm saying? That's the way it goes. When the Cowboys needed to play in the playoffs, Troy delivered, and Dak wets the bed. Oh, so nice. So nice of you to say. Lee, what are you doing? Okay, we'll turn the channel. Don't watch. Oh, okay. Well, change the channel. I'll be up there in a second. I'm almost done. Okay. All right. Thank you. She saw something scary on the TV. I'm sorry. Anyway, um, yeah, you said Dak wet the bed. I mean, I think Troy wet the bed a couple years too. You do know that, right? Yeah, he did. You know who used to bust their ass? The 49ers. Same team, dude. You don't remember that? You know why we went and got Dion? Because we couldn't beat the fucking 49ers. We went 2 years, I think, when the 49ers bust our ass. And they went and won Super Bowls, right? You don't remember that? It was either at that time, it was either us or the 49ers that was winning Super Bowls. It went back and forth for some years, like 4 years straight. You know, it was us or the 49ers. It was like we was the ones. It came down to us. And it's still the same. So to say that Dak just shits the bed, I mean, he lost. But Drew Brees did, Peyton Manning did, and I don't. People think that I'm bringing these guys up to kind of shit on them and say that Dak is better. I'm saying that that's part of the process. Failure is not a destination unless you quit. You know what I mean? If you get to a point where you've lost and now you ain't shit because you think you ain't shit because you believe people who say you ain't shit because you lost, then you ain't shit because you lost. But if you use that as fuel, then it's just like science. A scientist experiments with things until he gets better, until he proves his thesis or his hypothesis, right? And so does anybody else. You have to play to show yourself approved. You know what I mean? And Dak has lost. Tony Romo, remember Tony Romo fumbled a putt field goal. He fumbled. We lost. They went to win the Super Bowl after that. That hurts, but it's part of your experience. It gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think Dak, it's happened to him in a way where what makes me like Dak, I'm gonna tell you, he broke his leg. I like that. Why? Because it shows me how a guy bounces back from adversity. He gets shitted on by the media everywhere. I like that because it shows me that a guy who can withstand that, he got the mental fortitude to win. He does. Not everybody can do that. Ask Ryan Leaf. He came in the league, went crazy because the media drove him crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys can't do that. They can't deal with the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Even Brett Favre, Vicodin addiction because of the pain and the pressure. You know what I'm saying? No offense to him. No offense to him. I did rehab for weed. It's like I ain't gonna say it. Half baked. He's like, you ever suck for weed, man? Boo this man. But I went to rehab for weed. Why? Because I got arrested. They made me go. But I will say that while sitting in there, though, I saw people who were dealing with real addiction. So I'm not like busting on Brett Favre for the Vicodin addiction, but I am saying that pressure does bust pipes, man. And he was dealing with a lot of it. But I like Dak because of that, the way he came back from that. I lost a brother, same time Dak lost a brother. And I know what it took mentally for me to even come on here. Y'all used to see me on here. I don't think a lot of y'all knew what I was dealing with, but it was a lot. Like I wasn't the same person. You know, I'm still not the same person. My love for football died for a minute, you know. And then my uncle who raised me, he's like a step uncle who raised me. He died a month after my brother died. So I met my father when I was 26, not giving y'all too much, but I met my father when I was grown. The father that I knew until that point was my Uncle Frank. May he rest in peace. He died a month after my brother. You feel me? So for me to be here right now takes mental fortitude, the likes of which most people don't have. And I don't say that to shit on nobody. I just know I see people break for less. See people break for nothing. I don't break. I don't fold. My hand don't shake. Feel what I'm saying? So I know that about Dak. I like that about Dak. You feel what I'm saying? Um, and now he's lost. So he has that sting. He got that chip on his shoulder that says, hey, man, I got to do it. And then lastly, the progress. He started off one way. And I know y'all know that could not, I said it. You could watch some of my old videos. You could watch the video that made me famous, right? He couldn't throw a back shoulder fade. He couldn't throw with anticipation. He couldn't throw guys open. He couldn't deal with a single high safety, a double high safety, no kind of shit. Coverages. He thought coverages was like Madden shit. He didn't understand what no coverages were. The progress. He's one of the best pre-snap quarterbacks in the league right now. And now he's getting to the line with time because of Mike McCarthy. So the progress that he showed is like enough for me to say, hey, I'm not fuck with this guy. You know what I'm saying? The progress he showed through the adversity that he had to deal with, not only his mom, but everybody else. It's like, come on, man. Like what? Like Tyrese, what more do you want from Buddy? You know what I'm saying? Now all you gotta do is make it count. Make everybody's faith in him count and just win. But realize now that I think he understands. Now that Kellen Moore's gone, you don't have to win to win, if you know what I mean. You don't have to be the guy that carries the team every play, every second of the game. Nor should you be. That's too much pressure for one man to have. Let your guys make plays. Let your playmakers make plays. Troy Aikman knew how to do that. That's what made Troy Aikman great. He understood when to throw the damn ball to Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin ain't had to cry for it. He knew what was up. Because he said, as soon as this box is full, pause, and we can't run the ball with Emmett, you getting the ball, Mike. But first, let me tee it up for you. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's what Mike McCarthy's doing for Dak and the rest of these guys now. So, know that was long-winded. And I know y'all ain't asked for the history lesson, but that's the truth. That's what happened. And that's why I like him. You know what I mean? I didn't like him before, you know that. But hey, he said, what about Big Ben? Big Ben was a game manager at first. He ain't know what he was doing his rookie year. He ain't understand. I do agree with what you're saying about game managers and gunslingers. I think that's essentially the main difference between Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy's offense. Kellen Moore wants a flashy QB, but Mike McCarthy trying to win. Facts. Does losing Diggs drop us from being the number one defense? No. That's a short answer. No. But let me answer this way. Okay. Um, was Diggs the reason we were the number one defense? Is that what you're saying? Do you think that? Do you think that Diggs alone was the reason we were number one defense? Now, I will be honest. If we lost Micah Parsons, maybe that might be a truth. Micah Parsons is the one piece to this defense that is an X factor because Diggs makes one side of the field better. Don't get me twisted. Better than Bland, but better, right? Better. One side of the field. But we saw what happens on the other side of the field when that was imbalanced. Right now, we still have balance on both sides of the field with Bland out there and Gilmore. So he makes those sides of the fields better. Hooker makes the corners better. Curse makes it so that you don't have to deal with tight ends. So it makes us better at guarding tight ends. Micah Parsons makes all of them and everyone else better. So if Micah Parsons went down, that would be a problem. But I don't think Diggs going down. It's me. It was me, Ghost. It was me. It was me, man. Relax. Stand down. My dog is like, who the fuck knocking on the door? But yeah, I don't think my just losing Diggs takes us out of contention for being the number one defense. I think Micah Parsons does that. Even if Mike wasn't coached, he'd be at the bar every Sunday drinking beer, watching football. If he wasn't a coach, yeah, I think so. I don't think he'd be at the bar. He'd be somewhere. Mike McCarthy loves football though. He said, "Yeah, I live in South Philly, so you know, oh man, you live in South Philly, so you had everybody deal with it. You black? Yeah, you black. Yeah, so I know you. South Philly down Third and Moy Menson. You be down there at the wrong time. The Irish boys is coming outside, brother. Yeah. We used to fight our way home because I used to work at Riverview Movie Theater, so I had to walk through their neighborhoods every time I was going home. Yeah, that wasn't no joke. And the Italians on the other side, so it's like that was crazy. But they love football though. That's the one thing that bring everybody crazy ass together in this city. They all love football. I love sports. Should I say Philly sports? This is the best Dallas defense of all time. Miami can put up those bottles this year. Yeah. Miami are running a hell of a scheme though, man. They make it hard to guard. What's his name, man? The fuck is his name? You know his name? Cheetah, whatever. When you're in concussion protocol consistently, it tends to affect your game. Yeah, facts. And he gonna be in concussion protocol if you ever play us, Tua. Do we play them this year? They're gonna be in trouble if we do. Pretty sure they created concussion protocol because of Troy Aikman. Yeah, Troy Aikman was getting lit up. He said, "Damn, that Tony Romo play still hurts." Still, this is a question. Sims Jamal Koye, what's your favorite movie? I know you're a big movie buff and talk and movie quotes like me and my big bro do. Favorite movie of all time? It's a couple, but a movie I can watch anytime it come on. Pulp Fiction is up there. Matter of fact, I think I like directors more than I like movies. I like anything Quentin Tarantino makes. I can watch it. Guy Ritchie, I can watch it. It's this dude that made this movie called Drag Across Concrete, and he made Brawl and Cell Block 99. I don't even know his name, but everything he make is on point too. I like him too. Um, yeah. But favorite movie all time, you asked me. I'm gonna go ahead and say Pulp Fiction, probably the favorite. That's probably my favorite. Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction, yeah, probably my favorite. Yeah. I like Snatch a lot too, but Pulp Fiction pretty good. They're going to stop saying all this once Dak gets a chip. Once Dak gets to the NFC Championship game, then I think they'll shut up a little bit. You just need to do that. Peasy al fuego, Okoye, you're a legend, bro. Appreciate that, bro. Why you say that? I like to know. Give me my flowers. Especially pressure if the Cowboys being especially pressure if being a Cowboy QB. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure with that. Should the Cowboys pursue JC Horn? He's currently injured, but will be back in a few weeks. No, bro, no. You got to think about this. Do you want to permanently replace Diggs? Because when you bring in a guy who also is a guy like that, who's not homegrown, you're gonna pay him money to get here, and you're gonna pay him money to stay. And if he plays like JC Horn probably can play while Diggs is gone, then that makes it a tight locker room for Diggs when he comes back. Nah, I don't want that. And I don't think JC Horn want that because he wouldn't want to come here short term, but he damn sure shouldn't be long term. I think you leave space, you dance with the chick who brung you and you leave space for him. And I think Diggs deserves his space, number one. Number two, I think we got the guys here who can man the shit without him. I think we're good at corner right now. If someone else were to get hurt in that cornerback room and we get a little thinner, do something about it. And we might do something about it. Maybe Anthony Brown, but I don't think going and getting a marquee corner makes sense. Some people don't understand that mental fortitude is simple as Nike. Just do it. Eventually, your determination will outgrow the pain you felt. You might just even forget what hurt you to begin with. Man, you said it. Luna, you on point. Luna, that motherfucker, man. Luna on point today. You on point today, sir. And I'll tell you this, bro. Um, the things that I went to become that which I am, if you gave me the script prior to becoming, I wouldn't have did none of this shit. I promise you. I'm like, I gotta go through all that to become what I want to be or who I am. I probably wouldn't do it if you told me. But going through it, now that I've gone through it, I'm happy I did. But I wouldn't have sacrificed any of those people in order to do any of these things or in order to find these things out about myself. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of shit. But going through them, now I know who I am for real. I ain't got to ask nobody. And I don't feel shy about being me because I went through all the shit I went through. So if you told me beforehand, probably wouldn't have chose these things. I would have said, nah, I'm cool. I like my life as is, right? But now that I've done them, I don't regret none of it. I'm happy for it. You know what I mean? So that's the way life go, man. It's like crazy. The things that don't break you make you. You know what I mean? Oh, you just said it. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Appreciate you, Zach Luna. Big Flock 91, continuing to run the ball productively and feeding CD opens up the field for D4K going eat this year. Facts. I remember that video you put out about me saying Des can't get open. I became a fan for real. Oh, that was you that did that? Damn, you go back. Yeah, like people were saying that. I was like, yo, bro, you watching this film? I had to, you know what I did because of you, bro? That was crazy. I watched every pass. I mean, every one of them, every route that Dez ran for an entire season. I watched every route. That was painstakingly boring as fuck. But I'm glad I did it, man. Because it taught me how to watch film. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Micah goes down. We are one and done. Yeah, that's facts. That's probably true. You know what I'm saying? That's probably true. I ain't gonna front on that one. If he went down, I was like, yo, man. I don't know if we recovering from that. Not to mention J. Lou being in the slot. Our secondary is good even with losing Diggs. Yes, it is. Michael Parsons makes the whole defense go, though. Facts. We play Miami December 24th on Christmas game. We gonna fuck them up if it's something to play for. Oh yeah, we do. Tyreek and Mike are already trash talking. Oh, we gonna smack him. But Tyreek Hill, when you watch their scheme, man, damn, they do some things. Matter of fact, let me see if I can at least pull that up for y'all. I'm gonna show you something about Miami, man. Let me see if I got that open. All right, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find this for y'all. Because this is crazy. Damn, where is it? Where is it, man? I found it. All right, let me see if I can share this. And present. Screen share. I feel let's do this way, video file. And oh, I didn't save that yet. Hold on, let me save it real quick for you. Then I can put it in here. I was watching film on Gonzo. Let me just call it. I was watching film on Gonzalez from the Patriots. I was watching him guard Tyreek Hill. Did a great job, but god damn, the shit they do with Tyreek Hill is scary, man. Like, we gonna deal with it. We gonna deal with it, but it's still some craziness. Let's see if this goes up, if it works. I never did it this way, but Sky taught me that. Oh, it is in there. Boom. There we go. It's up too. All right, now let me see if I can tee this up. Where are the controls at? Oh, it's up here. Boom. Watch this. Tyreek Hill is going in motion right now, right? Boom. Pause. You see this? Can y'all see that? Let me see if I can get myself out the screen. Can y'all see that? Give me some yeses, because it's control bars at the bottom of the screen. Can y'all see that fully? Sadiqa, what's up, Sadiqa? I ain't see you in here. Sorry, babes. You know I wouldn't disrespect you like that. You know that. Stop it. Where we at? Can y'all see? Goodfellas is a good movie too, Brody. Gene, Brian. Goodfellas is a good movie. I like Goodfellas. Oh, y'all can see. So look, Tyreek Hill right here. Look how far Gonzalez got to play off on this play. Gonzalez is at the bottom of the screen too. He got to play off like that because when you take him in that jet motion, let me do it one more time. Watch this. There is no way you can press this guy. He's the fastest man in the league. And shout out to McDaniels because the way he runs his scheme, everything looks similar. And because it looks similar, you don't know until right before the snap what it is. And then even though, like when you come out and you look at this, you can't decide as a corner if y'all got to communicate. This disrupts your communication because right now it's a 2-by-2 set. Tyreek Hill could stay where he's at and run his route right there. You still can't press him, right? Because he's behind a defensive end. But when he runs into that jet motion and does it, now when a guy, when there's a trips right or a 3-by-1 set, corners have a system. They'll say, if he releases inside, I'll pass to the linebacker. If he releases up the field, it goes to the safety or the nickel. If he releases outside, it's the outside corner, right? But when he's running in space and you don't know where he's going to be at the snap, nor what direction he's running in at the snap, it makes it a hard as shit to pass him off or to figure out who's covering who. So you got to prepare for this team. Watch this. Boom. Watch this. Boom. In motion. I was watching this. I said, damn, a lot of people don't do that. That's crazy. That's why Debo was missing McDaniels, because this is what he used to do with Debo. He moved Debo around. He's using Tyreek Hill like Debo. You know what I'm saying? But throwing it to him in space rather than having him run the ball. But look at this. That is hard to beat, man. He instantly open because you got to play 10, 15 yards off the ball. Then if you step up to try to take that away, he's going to run right by you. He's going to run right by you. He a problem. But look at this. Now, this is the other way. Watch this. Now you see that loop that they just ran? Now watch the tight end run this loop right into this gap, into the B gap, and be a lead blocker. Watch this. Watch the tight end. You see that? You see that? Let me see it. Watch this again. That'll get me excited. Watch this. Pause. Watch this again. Boom. Watch this. Look at it again. Watch. Smack. And now you got space. You see that? Even though that run play ain't go nowhere, that type of shit is craziness right there, man. That's hard to fuck with. That's hard to fuck with. So, yeah, Miami, we can beat, but it's gonna be a problem. Look at that one. Look at this, man. McDaniels is a problem. I like him. Now watch this nickel guy at the bottom, right? The slot receiver, the wide receiver. Watch what he does pre-snap. He just gonna move. Boom. Watch it. Run. And they going. Can't press none of these guys. Look at this. Bam. Look at Tyreek Hill on that play because of what he just did. Look at that. Open. Like these dudes be burning, man. So, and then Tua getting that ball out of there. So that's just dope, man. Like what they doing. I was about to bring your phone about to bring you your phone at AKOYE Media. Damn, what I do? What I do? Sadiqa be calling me, cursing me out too. She be calling me, cursing me out. But all right, let me remove that. I don't need to present no more. Jason Garrett did not know how to evaluate talent, man. Just imagine Dez and Mike's offense. You give Dez quick releases on dig and slant routes. Woo! He would dominate. Dez was a king with Yak. Yeah, he would dominate with a Mike McCarthy. And also, when you look at, Jason Garrett, it's not just evaluating talent. Jason Garrett really was never the head coach of the Cowboys. I say that all the time. Jason Garrett was a ventriloquist puppet to, and I don't want to demean him by saying this, but it's just true. He was a yes man that was a ventriloquist puppet to Jerry Jones's experiment of being a head coach. Jerry Jones, wanted to be a head coach, and he could do that with a guy who was willing to give him the space to be that with a Jason Garrett, right? You can do whatever you want, coach, because you're the coach. I'm just going to be on the field, getting the guys together, clapping, keeping them happy. But I know, I don't even have a say so on why these guys are here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that was this guy. Yeah. Good question. Okoye, how does Donovan Wilson coming back change his defense? I think Donovan Wilson coming back in combination with the fact that Wanye Thomas is on his team and Diggs got hurt doesn't change the defense too much. I think him being in the line of scrimmage, he definitely will be a guy to be a force near the line of scrimmage. Running quarterbacks will have to watch out for Donovan Wilson because he's one of our best spy safeties, our spy players on his team, and he loves hitting quarterbacks, and he's smart as hell. Anything 15 yards off the ball and up, towards the line of scrimmage is his. He owns it. That's how. And I think it frees up Wanye to be able to do some of the nickel stuff, some of the linebacker stuff that we have Bell doing, some of the single high stuff, some of the stuff that you have Kurtz doing. You turn Wanye into a chess piece because Dono's back. That's what I think. And I think that's what we're going to see. Miss Sadiqa is the Cowboys content creator team mom. All respect. She don't miss a beat. Y'all better make sure she getting them likes up. Yeah, she gets them up. Facts. Shout out to her. And with that said, I gotta go clock out some of my clients. I have a home healthcare agency, so I gotta get back on the laptop and do some work real quick. And I gotta tend to Khaleesi. So I'm about to get up out of here. But we are 45 likes short, she says. So we need more likes. Get them likes up before we roll, man. Those of you who have you already know what it is. Definitely watching the Colorado game tomorrow. And by a show of yeses, how many of y'all want me to start breaking down college tape? And if I can get some tape, if I can get some all 22 tape during the season, do y'all want me to start breaking that stuff down? Yes or no? I definitely am already starting, as you can see, to do tape and film on some of the rookies that are already in the league because I'm just bored. That shit to do. All right, so Gordon Mayhall said yes. Zach Luna later, bruh. Justin D. AKOYE got 140% likes. Damn, that's actually good. JB Reed, what up? Corey King said yes. All y'all said yes, so I'll do it. I gotta ask my connect if he can get college film during the season. I know I can get it after the season, but if I can get it during the season, I'm gonna start breaking down Colorado. I want to see what Shedeur doing and the rest of those guys. So I'm on it, man. Let's go hard. HK, what up? You said good session, AKOYE. Thanks for your hard work. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Talk to y'all soon, man. Love y'all. I'm out.